Museum named for her, a historic speech, a dinner in her honor, all in a day's work for a visiting monarch. And indeed, the Queen's last full day in Canada was a busy one. There were, of course, the requisite walkabouts, unveilings, and little girls with flowers. But today's crowds also featured some more out-of-the-ordinary royal watchers. Rick Boguski reports.
Everywhere the Queen has traveled on this 9-day tour, poor weather has followed. But this morning, the sun came out just in time.
Well, it goes so fast, eh? So I didn't really see her face. I wanted to see her face.
The Queen was here for the renaming of the Provincial Museum, now called the Royal Alberta. Inside, Premier Ralph Klein seemed eager to begin the tour, but the Queen paused, catching sight of two young women waiting with flowers.
Is that exciting?
As the tour pressed on, so did the Premier, moving out of protocol and ahead of the Queen. A little nudge from his wife reminded him to stay behind. Outside, the Queen's admirers gushed.
She is friendly to all people. She's not like snobby.
A really powerful person with fancy hats.
It's my great honor to invite
The Queen delivered a speech from the throne in the Alberta legislature, the first time a sitting monarch has ever done so.
I want the Crown in Canada to represent everything that is best and most admired in the Canadian ideal.
Then it was back outside again. This walkabout, the longest yet on the royal tour. In the crowd, members of a 4-H club and someone they hoped would grab her attention.
I thought it was really neat because she wants to see a Jersey cow.
The Queen just glanced at the Jersey cow. She seemed a lot more taken with these guys, corgis. The Queen has owned more than 30 of them.
She was just talking to us like a dog lover, and that's what it was.
And tonight, the Queen, decked out in all her finery, attended a dinner hosted by the Prime Minister, during which she reflected on her tour.
As in all our visits over the past 54 years, Canadians, both young and young at heart, have welcomed us and have been our generous hosts.
Canada will host the Queen for just one more day. After a short tour of Calgary tomorrow, she and Prince Philip fly back to London. Rick Boguski, CBC News,